when you're running a business and growing a business, the most important stuff is the stuff entrepreneurs are running. The money processing, your lists and everything, that's your goal. That's the stuff that runs. That's the engine under the hood. You know, as an entrepreneur, the biggest struggle is your work does take over, and it can get a little dangerous because it can take over everything, and you start not paying attention to other things in your life. And that's just being realistic in what happens. What I like to focus on is a connection with the natural world, because when you have a connection with the natural world, that in itself is the health and the health care. We look at meditation these days, and yoga, and natural foods. These all have like nature and nature connection in common. Everyone knows that taking a walk outside, learning about nature that's in your area is really gonna help your health. So instead of focusing on curing things and what herb is good for what, we like to focus on people bringing in herbs into their life as a lifestyle choice, which brings vibrancy and health to their lives that way. But for a lot of those common everyday bumps and bruises, cold and flus, that kind of stuff, you know, we have the wisdom to take care of that stuff ourselves. And we can do that with the plants that grow all around us. And it's so easy to turn those healthful herbs into remedies that we can use to keep ourselves and our families and our communities healthy. I started getting interested in using herbs when my son was born. I knew that I wanted to take care of him with herbs and natural as we possibly could. So I learned about herbs to empower myself, and I found a mentor. And so I started with making an herbal starter kit, and I really put the lessons in there that were based on the things that I learned. And at some point, this turned into a business. My son was 4 years old and he loved board games, and we came up with the idea of making an herbal board game. A lot of people are like, let's get our money and life and everything figured out before we have kids. What they don't realize is you can incorporate your family into your own business, and your family and your kids can help create what you do in the world. For me, having kids is what made this whole business and thing happen. They're seeing their parents use plants like this and approach healthcare like this. They see their parents starting a business. When my dad was passing away, a few years ago, he shared with me, said, you know what, John? I worked 40 years for that company, and do you know how many sick days I took? 0. He said, nobody else but me knew that. Make sure you're taking the days to go see your daughter in the school play, that you're doing all these things, because I didn't get to do a lot of that because I had to commute to a big company and do all that stuff, and I didn't take a sick day. He's like, I wish I did. And you know, that's all I'm trying to do, you know, like have freedom and live a great life. And I think the answer to that is the time you spend with your family. And that's what my company is all about. It's about families, and it's about my family. So I know when I look back, not only have I done great work in the world and helped a lot of people and have my own business, I'm going to be able to feel like, wow, this was integrated into my family. My family is part of it. They loved it, and it contributed to our experience, and I made sure that I took the days off, and I went to the plays, that I helped the kids with stuff, was there for them, and I took the vacations. And I'm so grateful and thankful and lucky to have come from a strong family and a great family. And I want my kids to have that, exactly what I had, and I feel like they do.